Hello and welcome to Manos Goes Racing, and today we're in a Assetto Corsa having a bit of a catch up with a couple of cars that were recently released by Race Sim Studio. First of those is this one, which is their Lanzo V10 Evo2 in the GT-M class, or GT3. Their interpretation of it. This is obviously the Lamborghini Huracán Evo2 GT3 car, and if it isn't, they haven't modelled it very well. I'm kidding. I was going to have a look in the showroom, but as we're going around the car quite nicely, I don't think we really need to. I think you can see quite easily that it is rather nicely modelled. Everything appears to be where it should be. Interesting little one spoke of the wheels in a different colour. Don't know if it's the same on the other side. I don't know. I'd have to have a look in the showroom to find out. Whatever. Apparently the difference between the Evo and the Evo2, and I think their original Lanzo might supposed to be an Evo rather than the non-Evo original car. Is differences in the air intake and some aero changes on this one. So I don't know how closely they've gone with it. Obviously not calling their first one the Evo when it could be the Evo, and then calling this one the Evo2 could be a little confusing, but whatever. In terms of what it does or doesn't require, it does not require any custom shaders to actually function, although it does use the latest version for the extra in-car instrumentation, lighting, etc. So you don't have to worry about it in terms of actual driving. So that's good. It does, of course, mean you only get a single stage of traction control, not two stage, but we'll give them that. Right, I'm just going to do a couple of laps around here, not going to worry about it too much other than that, and then we'll be looking at another car, which may or may not be more interesting, depending upon your point of view. Sounds quite nice. Got a nice mix of engine, exhaust, transmission, and I think that's actually the there's some pump associated with, is it brakes or aircon or something weird that makes some funny noises on the overrun sometimes. I'm trying to wait for it so I can say that one. Ain't gonna do it, is it? First impressions as far as FFB is concerned, feels nice. Not overly heavy, not overly light. I'm just using that funny noise that I just sort of humming sound is the one I was talking about. Yeah, I'm using the smaller round rim. Mainly because I couldn't be bothered to attach it to put my F1 rim on, so whatever. It is the same size roughly as an F1 rim, so like I said, it's definitely a smaller F1 rim. Slight understeer, probably got coldish front tyres at the moment, so all in all, it feels quite nicely planted. I should have probably driven the previous spec of this car, the non-Evo version, to do a bit of a back-to-back comparison, but I seem to recall that was quite a nicely planted car as well, so yep, I was a little bit low on the brakes there and ran a little bit wide. Yeah, all in all, apart from the fact I keep revving it out to the rev limiter, that's really nice. It's nicely planted, goes where you point it. But like I said, a very small amount of understeer, nothing drastic. Reasonably weighted FFB. Not too lively, not too damp, so I think the FFB's somewhere in the ballpark, something I like. It's a bit of luck. As far as electronic controls are concerned, ABS and TC, it don't seem to be overly intrusive. I've got them on whatever the default is, which is 3 and 5 I think, for the ABS. I don't know why the lighting looks so weird around Silverstone. It's meant to be 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I thought, but it looks more like late evening for some bizarre reason. Strange. I'm not sure if the shaders patch does anything weird with what day of the year it is. It's a reason why the sun might feel like it's a bit low. I don't know. It wasn't a particularly fast lap. We're talking too much. But all in all, yeah, really nice car. I did pick this up the day it came out, but just haven't got around to do anything with it in terms of a video. So. Just trying to remember what sort of lap I did with the last racing studio car I drove around here. It was considerably faster than this, but then it might just be me. You know what it's like, you jump on and you know, just sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Usually in the ballpark with a 202, 203, my sort of times, but last couple of cars I've tried have been the 201, 202 range, and I thought, it can't be me getting faster in my old age, surely. Weird. Instead of 204, then it was 0.8 faster, and instead of 20157. Oh, weird. Weird. But yeah, that's in the ballpark. And my radiator's just come on, and I'm going to get cooked. Yeah, it's a very nice car. It's very planted. It doesn't do anything particularly stupid. It goes where you point it. Like I said, it felt initially like it's got a dinky little bit of understeer, but it's just safer than a lot of oversteer for most people. So all in all, a very nice car, nice sounds, well modelled. 5 or 6, I think it's six liveries. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, sensibly priced as ever, and a very nice addition to their GTM or GT3 lineup. So well worth a look. The next car I will come back, we will have a look at. I will remember to save the replay so I can put it in the corner, which of course means you won't be able to see the nice bit in the background there, showing you. Well, it's got the 0 to 80 up the side. I don't know. I don't know if that indicates how far away something is. I don't know. But I will return in a moment. And I'm back. Now, this is the second of the two cars we're looking at. This is their very recently released, just a week ago, something like that. Maybe two. Time flies. This is the GT car. The Adonis D9 V12, was it V12 D9? No, D9 V12. This is the latest in their GT car lineup. This is the same class as they had their Shadow, Tornado, the Ferrucci 550 and 575, and I can't remember the other ones. But basically they're the sort of cars that were in GTR, GTR2, that sort of spec GT class, which originally were GT2 and then became GT1 from about 2006, I think it was. There's about 15 cars that were eligible for this. They had previously been classed as GT2, with the older GT1s being a much more what's the word I'm looking for? Bespoke car that's not something you just normally buy, although actually they all had to be production based for the earlier GT1s, I think. So these were more the sort of standard GTs, not the really expensive, stupidly small production run things. These are more sort of something you got a few quid you're likely to buy. You don't have to be a multi-millionaire to buy. Again, this is really nicely modelled. I said there was 5 or 6 liveries for the Lanzo. There's 5, so, and I forgot to check how many there were for this. I think it was 5 for this one as well. But again, nicely modelled. It's got all the detail you would hope. Good old. Now, does it actually say Brembo or does it say Brambo brakes on it? You know what it's like, you try and use a proper name. Brando, that's it. I knew it wasn't Brembo. But yes, I do have to laugh at that sort of thing. Like, Brando brakes. I've now got Godfather images. So, we've had a good look around it. This was one of the last cars to be homologated for the GT class in 2003. Middle of 2003. I'm getting confused about what month it was done because the Lamborghini Evo2 Huracán was December of 2022 that was homologated, so, and the homologations last for 7 years for GT3, so you either have to come out with a new car or try and re-homologate it. I don't know if they'll let you re-homologate it, whatever. But some of the cars that were racing in the class with this were GT2 cars from 1980, 1998, 99, things like the Lister Storm was an older car, but still competitive. Now this thing has traction control but no ABS, and the traction control is definitely of a slightly older vintage, so definitely not as competent as the newer stuff. A little bit of rotation on the power coming out of that last corner there. So the question really is, a GT car from 20 years ago, how does it compare with a GT3 car from today? Also this thing, on down changes you really need to give it a bit of a kick. There's the auto lift, I think. It doesn't auto blip. has a little bit of oversteer if you're a bit heavy on the brakes and turning. Like I said, this is a 20-year-old car built to a somewhat different standard. More power but less probably downforce. Oop, and he's lost it. Can he keep it off the wall? No. Bugger. I've broken the car. I think I'll go back to the pits and come out again because I might have damaged the car. I don't know. I can't remember if I got damage on. I think I have. Yeah, it's after driving something as frankly civilised as a modern GT3 car, this might be a little bit more demanding, shall we say. Probably should have driven this one first. Again, it sounds nice with it. V12. Again, a good mix of transmission and other noises. I think I might try and sort of ignore the fact it's not all blocking on the way down. Although it's quite hard to ignore it when it's not going around the corners quite how you expect it to. I think I'm just being a bit cack-handed at the moment. See if we can get it right this time. Ignore the skid marks, nothing happened there. Yeah, it does require a little bit more thought on your down changes about how you do it, or you're going to have to try and learn how to give the throttle a little kick on the way down. You try and do a bit more gear changing on the downside when you're in a slightly straighter line. To avoid it suddenly catching you out and causing the back end to lock a little bit. Back end got a little bit loose there. But overall, it's not a bad car driving wise. It's just yes, I can change down too far and actually end up in neutral if I'm not careful. Thought I was in second there. It's just a different driving experience. Whether it's one that you want to go, oh, I've got to learn how to drive a car again, rather than just jump on it and drive it, which you can with the modern GT3s. A little bit more thought required. It's not sort of 1960s F1 style thought required or anything, but certainly a little bit more lively than modern GT3s. So yes, it's a more dynamic driving experience, I think we'll say. Although it hasn't got any anti-lock braking. I don't feel like it's actually doing anything stupid on the brakes, but how much faster or slower is it than a GT1 car? Than a GT3 car, I should say. Not a lot different, but I don't think that was my best lap by any stretch of the imagination. That just didn't feel good. Let's see if we can get a better lap in. Again, it's all about reacquainting yourself or acquainting yourself with the peculiarities of a car that's not on rails, doesn't have all the drive aids and comforts you might be used to in terms of you having to do a little bit to help it with down changes. But it's quick, it's just requires a bit more finesse. Didn't get that right at all. We'll try and recover a bit. So it's in the ballpark of a GT3 car of today, and it's 20 years old, so I'm assuming it hasn't got quite such grippy tyres either, but no way of really telling. So but overall that's actually a nice fun car to drive. It just takes a little bit more thought about what you're doing when you're driving it. So yeah, interesting car. It is a nice car. That it might suit other types of circuit better, I don't know. Whether the 20-year-old circuits are that much different, there's possibly a few less sort of nasty little tight chicanes to slow you down, maybe. But yeah, interesting car, very nicely modelled, nice sounds, and drives reasonably. I think it's reasonably in line with the rest of the cars in the pack in terms of the sort of feeling you're going to get from the handling. Apparently this is the highest quality model they've done so far in terms of geometry and everything, but how much that translates into different driving experience, I don't know. But like I said, it is a really nice addition to the class, so that means they've now got 7 GT cars, I believe it is. You can buy they were selling the endurance pack with all their GTM cars, GT cars and GTN cars all in one go. So that was 30 cars for 16 quid over Black Friday weekend instead of about 32. So you probably missed it now. Should have told you earlier, shouldn't I? But yes, they do have some sort of package deals that are quite worthwhile. Give you a nice selection of their cars for sensible prices. So, but yeah, another nice addition, and I think it matches the other, from what I remember from the last time I drove GT cars, quite well. It's a nice selection. A few interesting ones like the Ferrucci 550, which is not actually the Ferrari 550, was not actually a factory car. It was the 575 was the factory car. The 550 was used by various people to produce sort of privateer versions of GT cars at the day, and was quite successful. So, well worth a look. And of course, it hopefully will get more GT cars as GT Revival kicks off, which hopefully they'll be starting their next mass development soon. Hopefully, if you're not signed up to their straightforward newsletter. That was the word I was looking for. Get signed up and they'll let you know. But another nice car from Racing Studio, and another one worth looking at. I can't remember how much it was. Bought it over a week ago. Give me a chance. But it wasn't particularly expensive, put it that way. I will add what it was. So I will sort the replay out, and I think for now I've got to go and sort some tea out as well. So cooking, quite enjoy it sometimes. So for me for now, enjoy your racing, and I'll see you soon. Bye. And where's my button?